All right, we're sitting here in our cold and dark MiG-21 cockpit, and what we are going to go over today is a very basic cockpit refresher and just go over some of the switches you're going to want to throw to complete a very, very basic air-to-air sortie. So let's start by maybe pulling up our ground crew menu, and we're going to load up our typical loadout that I like to take. Countermeasure pod on 6, R3Rs on 5 and 1, R60s on 4 and 2, and a 800-liter fuel tank in the middle. So we have our countermeasures, radar guided, IR, drop tank, full fuel, full guns, flare and traff.
Перезарядка по плану.
We're going to let them load up.
Принял.
Now, just to give you an overview, I like to start, and I just work from this left panel right here where you see that dial. I work around the cockpit clockwise, and I end right here on the gun charge button. So we're going to start just by doing our auto startup, and our cockpit's going to come to life. Your auto startup is going to basically get you your requirements to fly the jet.
Командир, оружие подвешено.
But it is not going to get you everything you need to complete the sortie. So while it's doing the auto startup, we can do a lot of this stuff. I'm going to start right over here with our master arm switch. Gonna flick that to air. This second switch is choosing IR or our radar guided missiles. I'm going to keep it down in the radar guided position because I find that I will use those first majority of the time. So that's down in radar guided. This and this you will want mapped to your HOTAS. I'm also going to take this rocket, or this knob, and I'm going to position it right here in the IR or SAR position. So IR is semi-active radar. That's going to basically slave this knob to this switch. So if this is up in IR, it'll shoot your heat seekers. If this is down in semi-active radar, it will shoot your radar guided. But I pretty much keep this switch right here. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to switch this to missile. I'm just going to put that up so that it's not moving around. I'm then going to put my pipper to on. So I'm going to throw that switch there. I'm going to move down to this panel. I'm going to turn my IFF one click to on. I'm also going to take my radar. This middle switch is my radar filter. I'm going to flip that up. That little light's going to come on, and then my ground clutter is being filtered. These are my pylon switches. So I'm going to put all 4 of these on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm also going to come down here. Gun. Turn on my optical sight, which is this one. After I click that one, you will see that my pipper is on. I'm going to skip the gun cam, and I'm going to turn on my other IFF switch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, skip, 4. So you're turning on 4 in a row. Then you're turning on 1, 2, skipping the third and hitting that 4th one. I'm then going to throw these 2 switches here. You see it says JATO start, JATO jettison. Those need to be on for my countermeasures to work. I'm then going to move across my cockpit. I'm going to open these 2 caps. These are stores and payload jettison safeties. I'm going to keep those open so I can jettison them easily if I want to. I'm then going to come over here. I'm going to open this cap. This is my countermeasure safety cap. You're going to want this button on your HOTAS, but we're going to open that cap. I'm also going to open this safety latch. You can see it opens the gear safety lever there. We're going to open that. And then once we're done with that, we're going to come up here and we're going to arm our guns. So if we look at this again, air to ground, we probably want on our HOTAS. This switch, our weapon mode, we want on our HOTAS. This knob, we want on our HOTAS. All this other stuff, we're not really concerned about. We'll go over operating the radar in another video. These switches, these switches, these switches. These two caps open. Probably going to want to put these on our HOTAS. This cap open. Probably going to want to put that on our HOTAS. And then we are also going to open this gear handle fixator. We probably are going to put our gear handle on our HOTAS. But I'm going to run through it again from cold and dark. I'm going to do it fast without talking about it to just show you the things you want to click to get your jet ready for this air-to-air sortie. And if you do this, you're going to be in good shape. All right, so we're back in our jet. We're going to hit our auto startup procedure. As that's going, master arm air to air. Selector in SAR, this knob, IR SAR, gun sight mode up, Pipper on, IFF on, radar filter on, on, skip, on, open, gun arm. And at that point, you're ready to taxi and start your first air-to-air sortie. Thanks for watching.